everybody, and welcome back to 7 Days to Die with some mods, which will probably not work, but I thought, well, if we don't try it, we'll never know, will we? Hello, Simpsy. I saw you snuck in very early this morning, Simpsy. How's the old gob? Have you had a cob, you slob knob? How you doing, 76? Hello, demons. Hello, Peppers. Hello, Asso Alden, and hello, Zodal. Right, so basically, I'm not sure what's going to happen here. We're going to... new game. How are we going to do this? So let's do survival SP. We'll do random gem. We'll call it Grumbodia. That'll do us, won't it? We'll just go into creative mode. So basically what I've done is I've put together an SDX package, which is the same package that I've been, trying to get working on a dedicated server. Things are not quite so simple when it comes to getting things running on a server. However, I thought this would be an opportunity for us at least to get a VOD up for some of the folks that are on the server to have a look at some of my proposals. It was the way it was supposed to happen last time. If you remember, I kind of hadn't quite done my research on the mods. What a shit place to start. Let's go into DM, CM, and God mode. Let's go and find ourselves a bit of a flatter area. So yeah, this is an opportunity for us to kind of show the mods that I'm looking at installing on the server that I've been working out over the last week or so. So people can get a bit of an idea for what we're looking at installing. You know, if they don't want us to install them, you know, we can have a chat about it. Wow. Okay, we're not going anywhere quick here, are we? Let's see if we can find a nice bit of flat ground. I really don't like the burnt or destroyed biomes anyway. Let's go and get somewhere nice. That's lovely, that is, Daiko. It's always a pleasure to see you in chat, mate. You knob. Go and get a cob, you knob. You slobby knob cobber. You see what you've started now, Simpsy? You've started off a whole new internet meme with this channel. Someone was telling me your sleep patterns were fixed, Daiko. Obviously fucking not, mate. I'm sorry to hear that, dude. God, where are we going? Ah, there we go. Green. It's Avina! Right, now let's turn off. Let's go punch me a Z. Super Grumlock. How you doing, Advena? I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's give ourselves. What should we have? Should we have a Magnum? Let's have a Magnum. Yeah, shut the fuck up. Right, so basically we're going to have a play about today. Oh, hang on, can we get some ammo as well? Let's have 500 rounds of ammo. Let's get rid of all of this crap. We're going to need some room. Right, we'll take God mode off just temporarily. All right, so hopefully if I'm quick enough, I can quickly throw on God mode. How you doing, Checker? I suppose this is nice and flat. It's probably not the best place. Oh, Elegon, you cheeky devil, sir! Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Daiko. I thought you'd have it all sorted with the new bed, mate. Hello, Raptor Squad. Hello, Inked. Hello, Bostron. How you all doing? Hello, Frog. Hello, Beast as well. And Chicken Momo and Elegon, of course. Right. Elegon's in trouble. Elegon's going to get the boom boom. All right, so mods. Let's start with something simple. So Elegon in particular, he's done a couple of things. We have something called the Sim 4 Hammer. How cool is this, look? It's actually called the Sim 4 Hammer. So... It's, oh my lord. All right. Hello, Mario. We can leave your friends behind. Cause your friends don't dance, and if they don't dance, well, they're no friends of mine.
sea. We can go where we want to, places they will never find. And we can act like we come from out of this world, leave the real one far behind.
So, we have the Sim 4 hammer, look, which is a fully functioning, ban the shit out of the Z's hammer, alright? It's craftable. Oh, actually, I just thought, I need to be careful here, because I've only got a little bit of health, haven't I? Look, obviously this is a low-level one. There you go. We've got the Sim 4 hammer is on the server. Well, it's not, but it will be. Well, possibly. Depending if I can actually get it all working. This is probably one of the easy ones for us to work with, but... So, full credit for this goes to... Oh, I'll tell you what, let's get some med kits, because the last thing we want is to be dying. What are they called? Med kits. Med kits. Let's take some of these. I suppose I could just give myself a shitload of XP. Come on, sod off, zombies. Right, God made off. Have a med pack. We're also going to need antibiotics. Jesus, this is going to be a lot harder than I thought. I should have just gone into creative mode, shouldn't I? I suppose this will be a bit more fun though, won't it? Right, there we go. So we can actually create the Sim 4 hammer. It's a legit straight up recipe. You can make it like a normal one. He's made it a little bit more complicated to craft because it does do a little bit more damage than the normal sledgehammer. All right. But not a huge amount, Frog. Don't worry. It's not overpowered. Not overpowered at all. You know, it's a slight increase in damage. But if you look at it, it's forged steel, leather, and wood, and a normal sledgehammer. And I think you actually need to get a schematic for this one, don't you? It might be something we need to consider, actually, Elegon. I wonder if we need to get a schematic for it. Might make it even rarer then, mightn't it? We could actually put like a really low drop rate on the schematic. Let me make a note. Yeah, there we go. It does a little bit more damage than a sledgehammer. We'll have to tweak the values a bit later. We don't want it to be overpowered. That's right. Talking about mods, Grim, you saw a racetrack mod last night when looking at these mods. Did you see it? Nope. Yeah, no, to be honest, it's not there for any other reason other than the fact, to be honest, that obviously it was a starting point for Elegon just to get, I suppose, he's got his head around how it all works. You know, we've got an icon for it in game. It was quite interesting looking at, you know, how you'd incorporate that Elegon. It's I'm not going to say it's easy. It's not. You know, you got to do a bit of the old copy pasting and know how things work. So that was something really simple. Another one that I put in, and again, it's purely an asset, was the minefield danger signs, because I want to do Rooney's minefield. So these are just really simple, nothing fancy, look. Again, nice little placeable block. Elegon, I know we were talking about textures. This was one of the things I was talking about. We could actually have these done for individual plots, maybe the large plots. So I'm fairly sure we're tinkering about in Unity. We could come up with our own signs. Now, we do know that there are signs coming into the game that you can actually type your own text onto. But I thought these would be really nice. We could actually almost... you can actually see the rivets, look. See the yellow rivet there? And there, well, it's not even a rivet, is it? It's actually like a... oh, God, look, you can even see the nut and bolt on the back. That's amazing. So yeah, there's just another little thing. Nothing major. You all right, Bostron? How you doing? Can you have a trillion gun bombs? No, you can't. The next one, this one's really nice. Actually, I always get this wrong. It's an elevator, not a lift. Now, this is great, and this has been through a whole load of different versions. Now, in order to show you this, the best way for me to do it is also to do some concrete. So let me just... I should have just gone creative, shouldn't I? Concrete block, that'll do me. So this thing is absolutely flipping marvellous. Let me just... let's just imagine we've got a base here. just going to shove ourselves a nice... Come on, get out of there. I'm dreading jumping on the server in a bit, because I've had to sort of like, oh shit. I'll tell you what, we might as well give ourselves a quick auger as well. Why not? Get rid of those. There's gauge. Look, we'll show you the gauges later. Oh, that's the schematic. Oops, wrong one. Sorry, folks. We actually want an auger, don't we? Not the schematic. Yeah, that's a little something, Elegon. Maybe schematics for the Synfor hammer. I think that should be fairly straightforward. We can adjust the drop rate on it as well. So, let's assume we've got a nice bit of flat ground. And let's say we want an elevator. Probably the best way to showcase this will be like this. So at the moment, I can't remember if this is actually craftable. But look. It automatically adds in the levers. Alright, let's check this puppy out. It's a bit jerky on the way up until you move a bit. If you sort of move, it stops it happening. You've even got a bing bong when you get up here, look. So imagine that. What I'm thinking about this one is, you know how we're building the Fort Fuck It? Well, this is actually going to be on ground level going down, all right? And then you do this, look. And down you go. You've obviously got this to call it. So obviously, assuming that's ground level, I don't want to dig it all out, but basically rather than going up here, it's going to be going down there. So say it's up at the top. It's all animated, look. How cool is that? And then obviously, if you want it to come down, away you go. So for me, this is great for my new build. I love the way it kind of even clips into the floor light, so you can actually get your mini bike on it. So it's perfect size. I can actually also install 1 block, 2x2 blocks, and my preference is a 3x3 block. It doesn't end there though. It doesn't end there. If we also put in, let's just get the nail gun. I suppose I'm not sure what I need to do to actually upgrade it, but. Nails. Let's get ourselves some. I keep pressing the wrong button because I've not got a shortcut to. There you go. Look, you can also upgrade it. How cool is that? I think that's as far as you can take it. But I think that'll probably look better for my build. And like I said, if you go up on it, if you just move around, it's nice and smooth. Obviously, the second you stop, the Z-axis will start having a bit of a hissy fit. And there you have it. Yeah, I think we can, Elegon. It would take a little bit of work outside of the core XMLs, though, mate. One of the things I did want to do, actually, because I want to know exactly what height it's at, so we can actually... I might build the shaft. I'll just do a little jump. Might have to build the shaft later on. So I want to know where that lever is. I'm sure it's 10 blocks, so let's count... So that's 1, 2, isn't it? So hang on. Floor level is there. So we're on what, block 2. So let's go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm fairly sure that should be exactly on that same level as that block. It's quite high, isn't it? Perfect, so it's definitely 10 blocks. And I like the fact it's also got the cabling as well there.
£50 donation received from Mojo_UK.
Fuck, bro!
Congratulations on reaching 5,000 followers yesterday. Here's 1px5000, tongue sticking out.
Times 5,000. Mojo, what the hell, bro? Dude! Holy shit, mate. Mojo, I thank you so much, buddy. That's that is amazing, man. Mojo, thank you so much. That is phenomenal, dude. That is truly phenomenal. God damn it, mate. I think that needs more than a round of applause. Dude, that is bonkers, man. Thank you so much. That's shocking, dude. That'll pay the server bill for a while. That's no longer a problem. Thank you so much, buddy. Thank you. Wow. I'll sort your bombs out in a bit, mate. I'll definitely sort your bombs out in a bit. Jesus fucking god damn it. Amazing, dude. Thank you. I'm stuck for words now, mate. So anyway, there's the lift. Yeah? Right, I'm off down the pub. See you later. Thanks for tuning in. You're right, Gage. How you doing, Frog? Oh, Jesus. Right. So there's the lift. So the lift works, as you can see. It's a bit of a nightmare at times. I like the fact it's upgradable. I like the fact that you've got full control over it. You know, you can take it up, take it down. What I was thinking is on mine, I might put hay bales here, just in case on the server things aren't quite so rock solid. Or maybe that's the point. They will be rock solid, and imminent death may happen. The beauty of it is, look, you can also lock them. So, you know, anybody else can't get in. So, obviously I can because it's mine, but it's a fully functioning door system in its own right. So I really liked this. I thought this was fantastic. I like the fact it's animated. I like the fact that it gives us some options on entrance and exit, something that I've been quite aware we're lacking in at the moment. So we've got a Sim4 hammer, we've got the minefield signs, which is definitely something we can play about with, buggering about with textures and things. We could even have like Sky's little Grumstar portraits on, like little Grumstar portraits on these. How cool would that be? Anyway, do you want to see the really big stuff? Oh, Mojo, thanks so much. That's a cool way to celebrate as well, dude. Perfect, right? 5,000 pennies in the box. You don't need to worry about that, Mojo. You never need to apologise for not being able to tune in, dude. And I think Derek's dropped me a tweet saying he can't join today, but that is not a problem. It's never a problem. Thank you, Mojo. Seriously. Lots of support from you, mate. Really appreciate it. So... Right, we have the fishing mod as well. The fishing mod, I have absolutely no idea. I don't know whether it's because my skill level is so low or what. But if we were to get a shovel, look. Let's grab me a shovel. Sorry about the clicky. I didn't set all the shortcuts up. Right, let's dig. Let's start digging with a shovel. Look, straight away, look, earthworms, all right? So basically by shoveling through the earth, you get yourself earthworms. Nice and simple. They're not guaranteed. So you can see there's a block without any earthworms. There's a reasonably high drop rate on them, he says, as he goes 3,000 blocks without another one, but... I don't know what I was digging there. So it's nice when you get your first one. At least you know it's working then. A couple of times that I've been testing this, I've been like, do the earthworms exist? There you go. There's another earthworm, you see? It's got a couple of earthworms. Now, beyond that, I really don't know how this all works. So this is something we need to figure out. You can basically build canes and improved canes. For that, you need the scrap cable, the hook, and the bamboo pole. All right, all makes perfect sense to me. Apart from, I have no idea how we actually make the bamboo pole. I can only assume that somewhere in the world there is now bamboo. Or, you're right, Jan.
Who was that man? I'd like to shake his hand. He made my baby fall in love with me.
Now, I don't know how that's going to work on an already active server, all right? So my workaround for the time being is, as we did with the tomatoes, is what we can do is we can just build in. We're going to have to have some, we're going to have a hoe on her. How you doing, Jan? What we could do is we could actually set up like a little plantation over near City 00, for example. And what we could do is we could plant like maybe a little plot of 7 or 8 bamboo, and that'll be where you all have to go to get your first bamboo seeds, all right? And you must replant, you know, obviously don't be a knob. Oh, hang on, is that not working? Did I just click it the wrong way? How do you hoe? I can't even do the hoeing right, look. So what we'll do this and then we'll come back in a little bit. Just make sure it all works. Yeah, so something's going wrong there, isn't it? I think you have to do it in a particular direction, don't you? If I recall correctly. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you do. You need to keep. Right, so let's just plant some bamboo. So I'm guessing these will grow like any other plant, nothing fancy. And from those, we're going to get. Let's have a quick look. From those, we're going to get the bamboo poles. We'll also get some bamboo something or another. Who knows? From that, you can also make a bamboo raft. So in our current crafting inventory, we've got the canes. So the bamboo pole we should be able to make. The scrap cable we know we can find. The hook, I'm guessing, is just straightforward craftable. Get a bit of lead, twang it about a bit, and make a hook. So we know we can make a cane. After that, it starts getting really complicated, because I still, to this day, don't know exactly how the fuck you're supposed to fish. See, I have a feeling it's because my fishing skill is so incredibly low. Because if I show you this, look, if I get a cane, let's get like a reasonable quality one. Let's also see what we'll do. We'll put a bedroll down so we can die and come back. Put our bedroll near our bamboo. So look, big ass bamboo cane with a hook on the end. Yeah, all makes perfect sense up to now, right? Hawks and Cade sounds like Elegant Senna. Oh, very true. Should we see if we can find a little bit of water? Let's go into God mode. Let's have a quick look at the map. And if I'm going to recognise anywhere. I suppose I could just spawn in some water blocks. Oh, look, you'll also be able to see, because I've got the non-modified spawn on the rare cars, look. You'll be able to see the police cars and the military trucks. They'll be quite prolific. Where were we? So, even on our current map, areas we've not been to, you should start seeing crashed planes, but they're on a much, much reduced spawn rate compared to what they are here. Here, you'll find them like every like sort of like half click kind of thing. In fact, if you go to the desert, you'll probably find 5 or 6 crashed planes. Well, what you have to do is first of all, obviously, you've got to find some water, which might not be the easiest thing to do, actually. Just go for a little bit. There's a military truck, look. So one of the things you have to take into account when the mod authors create these amazing mods is that what they tend to do in order to test them is they have like quite ridiculous spawn rates just to make sure they haven't got to wander for like 30 kilometers just to find something spawned in. That looks like water, look. So you're going to see things like the police cars, the crash planes, the military trucks and things like all over the place. So there's water, okay? Now I've got some earthworms. There's also something that you can create called lures, which basically give you a buff, like a fishing buff. Am I actually infected? I didn't actually take the antibiotics, did I? Oops. So let me just show you that as well. If I think, from what I understand with the lure, you have to, you basically have to learn them. So they're essentially, if I show you in here in skills, this essentially, I mean, this is great. Look, it actually adds the fisherman's skill. All right. So you can put some points in that. Come out of there and go back to the lure. Now, the normal lure, they're all really quite expensive. They actually all use mouldy bread even. And some of them use the earthworms. Top one is the lure 5 with the baked potato. The lure 4 is with the earthworms. The 3 is with the fish fillet. And basically these all last the different amounts of time. So for example, if I cheat in a high level lure, well, let's just go for a lure 5. What you actually do is you actually eat it. It's just a way to activate it. So you see the percentage. See how I've got my little antibiotic nose and now a percentage marker. I've now got a lure running for 60 seconds essentially. What's that chicken momo? Did Grum do really low? What was that, did? Cheers, Mojo. We'll catch you later, dude. Thanks so much, buddy. Seriously, mate. Amazing. Mouldy bread seems bad as it's needed for antibiotics. It is. I mean, like I said, Jan, like I said, things can be changed. Things can be changed. Now, this thing is weird. I just don't get it. I don't know whether I'm supposed to have earthworms or some sort of bait. I'm sure I'm supposed to have something called bait. But I don't know what that is or how to get it. Let's just check in. I'm sure the bait is the earthworms. I think you just need them in your inventory. There's no way to sort of... you can't drop it or assemble it or anything like that. The recipes, you see, it just gives you, like, the lures. But anyway, let me show you. If I go down towards the water, look, it'll say, this looks like a nice spot. But then I don't know what to do. I've stood like this for, like, honestly, about 2 hours yesterday. On and off, thinking, what am I supposed to do? I just don't know. The rod is supposed to twitch to the left. And then I'm guessing you either press E or just use the action button. And you've got a chance of getting a fish. But I've never seen it twitch. I'm not sure whether I'm not actually supposed to be doing something. Fish the piggy. Piggy the fish. See, I don't know whether it's because my skill's so low, for example. Come to those lures. Let's use a lure. See, he occasionally does that little. I don't know. So someone's going to have to play about with this. Someone's actually going to have to figure out what it is we're supposed to do, because I'm going to be honest, I've spent enough time trying to get things to work without having to worry about how the mechanics really... That was a bad shot, wasn't it? Let's move across here a bit. I'm sure it's something really simple. Says, yeah, this looks like a good spot. You are wet. I just waiting for that twitch. It actually bends. It curls. It doesn't twitch. It actually, the whole tip of the rod bends to the left. No, it's not that sort of twitch, Yellow. It's like a proper, as if there's tension suddenly on it, rather than like rather than erratic animation. Yeah, there are, Simpson. Yeah, there are, but I'm obviously doing something wrong, mate. See, I kept eating the worms. But if you eat the worms, it just makes you really poorly. You basically get sick. So I wasn't sure if there was some way we're supposed... I don't think that's... See, if I do this, it just sort of makes it bob up and down, look. I can't click anything else. It's really weird. But the problem is without that, I can't show you anything else. Now, there are, of course, fish. There's big fish. I won't show you too much because obviously I don't want to. But look, he's got a big jolly fish, look, and I can drop that on the floor. Look, and then I can get a hunting knife. And then I can hack it up. Oh, I think I'm hitting a bird's nest. That was a bit of an unfortunate placement there, wasn't it? Yeah, that was a shit placement. Oh, fuck off, bloody fucking bird's nest. I think I have to hack through the bird's nest first, aren't I? Alright, well, I'll tell you what, it would be quicker to get ourselves another fish, wouldn't it? Well, there's a tip, look. Don't drop them on there. Let's drop ourselves another big fish. Let's go and do it somewhere a little bit flatter. There we go. Or maybe it's not working then. Or maybe that's not how you do it. Oh, hang on then. I know that's how it used to work. Let's just throw that in there and see if it's got... No, I'm sure that's how it worked. It's not doing anything though, is it? Sorry, who was that? Thank you very much for the follow there, Desi. Right, we might need to look into that then. Let's try a different sort of fish. Let's just try like a normal fish, maybe. I know that's how it works on the mod video, but so many of these have been so hugely updated from the original vids. That's sort of what throws you sometimes. No, it's not. It's definitely not doing anything, is it? That's strange. I'm absolutely positive that's what you're supposed to do. So that one's throwing me. So, in essence, the mod is up and running. The questions we've got now is, because obviously these are going to despawn, is it working as intended? Who knows? I mean, everything seems to work. You're right, Doc. I just don't know if... I just don't know. Just to reach around, press R with the cane in the hand. Yeah, can do that, mate. I did actually just do that, mate, but I'll do it again just to show you. It was a cane, wasn't it? I think I threw it away, didn't I? Oh, let's use a super duper cane, an improved cane. Let's try and get it to say it's a nice spot. Yeah, this looks like a nice spot. So what do you want me to do? You want me to do R? Absolutely nothing, mate. The only one I've got is like left and right click, if you like, which does that. No, not sure. So the whip around seems to be when it. Ah! We've got it. Oh yes! I've just got a motherfucking fish, bro. Where did it go? Was I supposed to do something? Oh no! Right, okay, I think I've got this. So, you need to walk into the water. Until, right, you've got to get it to do that animation, look. And then, do R, as you said, Elegon. And then I think it's left click. I got a fish! But it didn't seem to go in my backpack. Where's no, oh, right, fuck this, we're fishing all night long. Set time 8,000. There we go, let's get some fucking daylight. Let's get some, what are they called, worms. Let's get 50 worms. Right, so you've got to get that animation. So it goes up there. You cast. A salmon! How do I get it? It's not going into my inventory, is it? Oh no, it did! I caught a fucking salmon, bro! Let's see if we can chop this motherfucker up. Oh, look, it's beautiful, mate! No. Right, let's pick that up again. Maybe I have to equip it. And then somehow do it. I don't know. All right, let me show you this, though. This is cool. Now we found some water, look. You can come out into the middle of the water. There's a dog over there. Let's go into deeper waters. All right, say you want to do some fishing. Out, obviously on the bank, you don't want to be fishing. Because look, there's a dog over there. You don't want to be attacked by a dog, which is actually coming after me. Oh, what the hell? Can dogs swim in this game? Didn't think they could. Right, look, check this out, look. You can actually place a bamboo raft. Dog's going to come and eat me. And look, you can stand on your raft and hope to God dogs can't climb up it. How cool is that? Yeah, come and get me, bitches. I can see it, right? I can just see it. Nice music. I still don't think that dog's dead, you know. I can hear him growling. Zombie dog or not. There he is, look. Asshole. This is not what we're supposed to be doing. Look, anyway, if you go too far this side, by the way, look, it's really cool. It kind of flips on you. How cool is that? Oh no, he's lost it. But basically, you can fish out there, right? Well, let's get the hell out of here. So the only thing we're not too sure about is how we
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
try pressing R on the equipped fish. I think I tried that. Mind you, I tried the R, Elegon said, but see, I know in the original demo what they showed was that you drop it. Is there a hotkey to drop from the toolbar? Does anyone know? Rather than me dragging it? Definitely won't have it. I know I've seen that. That's how they do it. You drop it. And in fact, what was quite interesting was what they were saying was that there was originally a bug in the mod. So what you would do is you drop your fish on the floor. You would strike it once with a hunting knife. You would get some fish fillets. And then you could still pick the fish back up. So then you'd place it back down and it was miraculously like healed. So you basically got an infinite supply of fish fillets from one fish. So hit Q. All right, cheers, guys. Let's see if that makes any difference. Q. Drop it from the toolbar. No, it's worth a go then, wasn't it? What about... Do you think it's my character's kind of like a cheated creative mode character, do you? What about a bone shiv? Should we just see if... Really? Come on now. It's throw that up. Let's just give it another go. Drop it on the floor. No, it's definitely not. That's definitely not doing it, is it? Let's get away from these Z's because they're pestering us. Well, okay, look, we've learned how to fish, all right? So we know that's working. All we got to do now is figure out how we're actually supposed to... Are you thinking we might be too high, Elegon? All right, okay. Let's go and find ourselves a little quiet spot. Zombies everywhere. I have actually found a mod that essentially also provides like legit boats that you can sort of drive around in, but that I'm really struggling with that one at the moment. Okay, let's go back to this and let's actually look at salmon again. See, I don't want to show you too much, but there's all sorts of like, you know, you can get like grilled salmon and all sorts of things. So let's drop a fish. I didn't seem to, mate. There's got to be a way to do it. Maybe they've just changed the mod a little bit. Might even need like a cooking station or... Yeah, there's military vehicles in here. There are military vehicles. Like I said, that's part of the other mod. Okay. Well... Look, let's not spend forever trying to figure it out. I'm sure someone in 10 seconds will figure that out for us. I'm sure there is a way to do it. I'd find it very hard to believe the whole mod is working and not that. So, yeah, these are the military trucks. Look, I've got some really nice loot in them. Well, they do have normally. Obviously, my character's not the greatest at the moment, but well, he's a level 0, isn't he? Look at that. Oh, Jesus Christ, look, Augusmatic straight off. So lots and lots of weapon parts in these. Like I said, you're going to see these all over the map because this is, if you like, in test mode. So the respawn rate on them is like insanely high just to make sure it's working. Don't think you're going to be finding them all over the place on the map. You'll find the helicopters, the crashed planes, the military vehicles, the cargo trucks. Try right-clicking with the knife. Okay, all right. We'll try one more and then we'll leave that. Let's just get a normal fish. Let's just get a big fish out. Drop that puppy on the floor. Get the shiv. And I have tried sort of everything I've got. I didn't mean to do that. Mind you, actually, that thinks there's 3 though, doesn't it? That might be. Is there any way to split stacks? Drop that. No, it's just hitting the. It's just hitting the block, innit? Definitely nothing there. Well, look, let's not worry. Now, the next thing is where it gets really exciting. This is the one that I'm going to showcase the big mod. This thing, I'm not even going to start trying to show it you all because it's huge. It's so incredibly... No, it's not that it's complicated. We need to get to like a zone where there isn't plant life. What's the name of the mod, Grum? Fishing. Seriously, no, it is. It's just called fishing. There's another truck, look. Old army truck. Very nice. Right, we want a super flat bit of land to showcase this one. That looks nice over there. Welcome to power. I've literally only spent about half an hour of this because it took me that long to get it working. This is where the fun really starts. Try to make a table and drop a fish on that. It doesn't exist yet. The fish just isn't there, is it? Good morning, Lady B. Right, now, I'm not going to try and explain this mod in terms of how it advances sort of as a progressional mod, because that's for you to find out. However, suffice to say, we have now got things like, I mean, just let me fucking show you this, mate. It is so fucking cool. You've now got wind generators. Let's get rid of these. Check this bad boy out. Now, obviously, you have to learn how to make these things. Look at that motherfucker. That alone, right, is worth the price of entry for this mod. Now, this thing is a wind turbine that is designed to power batteries. What we have some essentially all these mods are going to require power, but some of these items are designed to be away from your base. So, for example, you can have oil drills and mining diggers. And obviously what you don't want to be having to do is have an electrical generator that needs cable going 6.5 miles across the map. So, solution, batteries. All right. Batteries are really easy to make. You actually only need, unfortunately, in my opinion, iron. If I was to put these batteries, these empty batteries in here, look, this puppy will start to turn. Who here plays Evolve when it came out? It's now devolved into a free-to-play game. No, I've not played it, no. I think you need to get the fillets, Jan. You need to skin it to get the fish fillets, and then you can use the fish fillets to make all sorts of different foods. So basically, that is now charging batteries. So as you can see, we've already got 7 there, and these can then be taken out and used to charge, used to power other things. All right. So that's really nice. You've also got a much smaller one, which is a lot easier to make. I'm not sure if this one needs a schematic, but there's a much smaller one here, look, which is obviously slower and easier to make. So there you go. If I can take some of these batteries out of this one. Throw them in there. And this will start turn as well. I think. Oh, maybe it doesn't actually turn. Oh, no, it is. It is. It just takes a second look. So maybe it doesn't turn, but it does. Probably not the best placement, right? I'm clipping in that one, but. So there is a way to make, and obviously it's not just a case of making these things. I mean, these, you know, you can't just knock these up out of a bit of lead or something. In fact, I think. Are they called turbines? I can't remember what they're actually called. Again, I don't want to give too much away, but look, there are schematics as well. So you've still got to find the actual schematic, and then you've still got to make like the rotors. You've still got to make the main base, etc., etc., etc. Okay. There's a fishing mod, but no way to eat the fish. No, there is. It's just for some reason I'm not sure how to do it. I didn't watch it maybe quite as attentively as I should have done. The other thing that we can now make are generators. Now the big generator's the good one, and we obviously need gas for that. Yeah, stay away, fool. Throw that down there. These things are pretty big. Let's go and find a nice spot for it. Pick that stone up. Right, so there's a generator. Now, the way these things work, it's fairly straightforward. Obviously, you've got to build it, and I'm pretty sure you need there's a whole chain of things that you have to be able to build in order to get to this point. Don't think you're going to be knocking at one of these generators. Now, once you put the fuel in it, what you do is you actually go to the lock icon, and that turns it on. All right. Now, you can see that stopped turning, so that's now basically out of batteries to charge, so it will stop. The generator will keep consuming fuel while it's on. Even if it's not charging anything or powering anything, it will, like a normal generator, while it's running, that is consuming consuming gas. So you can see it's slowly ticking down. So these things are expensive as hell to run, all right? It doesn't, I don't think it actually ticks down. Ah, it does, they fixed it. It does tick down while you're actually looking at it. I don't think it did originally. Is there a special knife to skin it? Could be, couldn't there? Hunting knife, knife switch, hunting knife book. No, I don't look like it. So these can obviously power a whole host of things, including some of the new workstations that you need to get that in their own right also create a whole load of other new things. So, for example, we can have an electronics workbench. These I think you can make from early on. You also have, let's have a look at like the big workbench and the small workbench. Now, you can't just get these up and running. You actually need cable. And you need, I think we want the cable. We want cable. Oh, actually, no. We want that. Hello, Sky. Whoa, Jesus. Really? I think the cable. I'm not sure if these are the right cables. Don't think they are. Let me just double check. This confused the shit out of me. I think the cable tests are the ones that you actually use to make the other sorts of cables. So I think we actually want cable 1. I think. No, that doesn't look right. Hang on a sec, folks. Sorry about this. I'm sure that's weird. Cable test top, and cable. I'm sure these cables are the wrong ones. You just have a quick look in my normal standard crafting inventory. See, they all require cable test, and then you convert them into the ones that you want. So cable test, cable test 5, cable test 6. That's weird. I had this working earlier. It's just a case of not knowing which cables we need. Let's try cable test top. Just get rid of the others. So right, one of them looks significantly different to the others. That might be the one. But that won't work. Should be letting me place that. I'm not sure why it's not. Have we finished the pyramid? No, we haven't, mate. No, we've not touched the pyramid. That's really frustrating because this was straightforward earlier. Let me just turn it off. What happens when you right-click with the fish on the toolbar? He fills the fish, he puts it on his toolbar first, then when it's placed on the ground, the fish has its belly down and back up in the air instead of laying on its side. So it does look like it's placed and not dropped. Okay. Ah, right. Fucking awesome, mate. You're right. Let's grab a big fish, pop it on the toolbar. There you go. You're a fucking genius, bro. That's right. And then, look, fish fillets, mate. Thank you very much, dude. Fish fillets. And obviously, we'll leave that to you to have a look. What's that? 2017 Grumbot. What's that, mate? This is weird because none of these cables look like the ones I was playing about with earlier this morning. It's really strange. The cable tests are definitely the ones that you start. Cable 1. That's the one that doesn't look right. That is not the right cable. I'm absolutely positive of it. So let me just get rid of some crap because we've got all sorts of shenanigans going on there. Thanks very much for that, dudes. So we've actually got. We now know that the fishing mod basically works. So. I didn't really think that one through there, did I? Throw these away. Cables. Let's just get rid of all this crap. Yeah, these are the ones that didn't work. The ones I want are like a really thin red cable. And I thought it was the cable tests. But for some reason... Ah, it's because it was turned on, right? No. Strange. These don't look like the ones that worked earlier. These are the ones that I couldn't get to work earlier. How weird is that? So, all right, look, you can run these cables from the generator, yeah? And then what you can do is if you say you've managed to create a large workbench, let me just show you the electronics one. This you use to make flashlights and batteries, so that's really nice. I don't think you need anything other than iron. Now, I think that's one that we'd probably want to change, Elegon. I'm thinking 5 iron's not too bad, but I was thinking maybe some lead and maybe something else as well. I think the point in the batteries is to make them fairly simple, but it does involve you obviously running from, you know, things like your wind generators to your mining stuff backwards and forwards. We don't need to make it too complicated. But being able to make flashlights is rather handy, look. And of course, you have a battery and an iron. And I think we should have a flashlight, personally, Elegon. So now, this thing here, if I try and place it there, look, it'll say cannot be placed. It's got to be next to a generator or a power supply. So I'm fairly certain this is not going to work, to be honest, because I'm absolutely convinced these are the wrong cables. This is where I got stuck earlier. Yeah. What we have here are not the right ones. So let's go back to our menu and let's have another look what we've got. I'm pretty sure they're not cable tests because that's what you need to make them. Let's just try these ones. They look much more like it. Remember I said the small red ones? If there's a way to get them. I don't know where they even went then. Tell you what, let's just dig this out a sec. Because one of the things I do want to test is whether or not we can run them along a wall. So if let's just say that was the generator as is. I wonder at what point you can get away with it thinking it's linked. So let's just run this along here. Better to do it like this now than start, you know, because obviously there's a lot of work to do with this mod in Caliper City, hopefully. So it'd be interesting to see if that... No, it doesn't. No. No. I don't think they're the right cables again. I'm sure I'm missing a type of cable. Rubber and lead as the cable mats. That's what where are we going to get rubber from though, mate? Rubber from tyres. Ooh, that could be quite difficult. Is it normal for the houses and buildings to just fall apart in Navezgane? Yes. Quite a lot of people wonder about that one. It's because there's in some areas of Navezgane there's a permanent spawn for zombies. So quite often the spawns are really close to the buildings. So what you're not aware of is over time they start eating away at the at one side of it, and all you'll see from a distance is the buildings start collapsing. How frustrating! How frustrating! I actually had this completely working earlier on. I'm positive it's not this one. Let's just see if we can place that against the wall. So these don't actually act as a power conduit though, because it still won't let me place that near it. Yeah. We place it, Elegon. You just place it like a proper block rather than dropping it. So you actually place it on the ground. See, all these require the cable test, right? So basically, the way they worked around placement in the mod was to just have a single item description against this one, and then these are simply ways to rotate them. It looks like there's cable test 5s. Maybe they're the ones. Let's have a quick check in. Cable test 5. I'm sure we just tried them, didn't we? See, the red ones are the ones that I know I got working earlier. So it's making me think it is one of these. But it says you cannot be placed next to another power line or generator. So maybe it counts that as a power line. Can only be placed next to another power line or generator, and it won't let me place it. How weird is that, guys? Ah. No, it's letting me place it there. Maybe we just need to do a little bit of figuring out on block placement with that. I'm fairly certain that that red one is the correct one in order to get this machine working. Now, whether or not it's going to let me place it... There you go. So that is now powered, or will be. Excellent. So you can't operate it. You can't even place it. You cannot even put this on the floor without having a power cable to it. You can't operate it until this is turned on. So you just flick it on using the old lock mechanism. Let's just set time again. So once that's up and running, look, so that starts consuming gas. You can then start accessing these machines. And you can see these enable you to make a whole load of other things. So you've actually got like the mining machines, the oil rockers, you've got the wind generator base. So this is, you see how what I was saying about it's all like progressional. You've got to start off with some of the basic workbenches, maybe some of the electronic workbenches, and you can slowly start building up what you can actually create. So nothing's, you know, it's not like it's all accessible from day one. You've actually got to go out, you've got to find schematics. I could argue that some of these are not expensive enough, for example. No, I had it working earlier, Slade. I think, I mean, I've just done exactly what I didn't mean to do. It looks like the Cable Test 5 ones. Cable Test are the raw ingredients. And then it's the names. Something Cable Test Top, presumably. Yeah, I don't think... See, look. That'd be a way of running it almost adjacent to a wall, look. And then what I can do there, this workbench here, if I show you, this again, I'm pretty sure you can't place this anywhere, look. It's got to be near a power source. So I could probably fit that in there. And again, this will then enable you to make all of these, look. Now this is the one that I've had a tinker about with. This is really interesting. All of these things that you can make, obviously apart from things like the machete, the hunting knife, yada, yada, yada. I think we've ended up with 2 iron slam hammers because we've created the Sim4 hammer. Might have to look into that. But anyway, all of these here don't actually do anything. They are there and are purely there, designed for the likes of Elegon and I, or any of you that want to get involved, to come up with your own recipes. Alright, so this is a really exciting part. If you want to come up with your own recipe for a type of food or something, you might want to have to put some, I don't know, like blend up some potatoes with some zombie flesh to make zombie mash or something like that. So if we go into... I did just literally make that up, by the way. Sounds quite nice, doesn't it? Zombie mash. So look, you can actually place these down. Don't they look wonderful? But if you use it, there's no recipes in there. It's there purely for us to come up with funky new shit, alright? So what do you think? What do you think? I mean, that's the fishing, the minefield, the lift. There's so much more to this one. I'm not even going to go into it. I mean, something that is absolutely fucking hysterical. Let me just try and show you this. Oh god, how the hell are we going to do it? Right, first of all, we need the trap, right? This is fucking godlike. Oh, where is it? Oh no, I think it's called a Z. There it is. Look. Well, actually, oh, we can cheat. Actually, we don't. I don't even need to show you that. Let me just go back to this. This is funny as fuck, guys. There's the Z generator. Remember I was telling you that we wanted the rotting flesh, yeah? Right, check this out. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it to work, because obviously this is the first time I've ever done this, but we can basically place this down. Now, to make this, you actually need the zombie in the first place. I can't find anywhere flat to put it. Let's put it here. Oh. So you've now got a zombie, right? You have to catch the zombie, yeah? You don't actually have to catch him. And then I think you have to put... Oh, I didn't just eat it, did I? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Fuck. I can't remember how you do this. You put the zombie flesh in there, I think. Do you? There you go, look, he starts walking, look. How fucking cool is that? Oh god, I'm gonna die. Let's go God mode. And now you have a source of power. Look at this, this is great, look. You're right, Zadel. Hello, Zol. Sorry to everyone in chat, I'm concentrating like a mofo here, trying to show you all this. Now, from what I understand, this now means you can actually run cables to it. So you can actually have your own zombie farm, but you have to catch the zombie. You've actually got to catch the zombie. And to do that, you need zombie traps. I can't remember what it's called now. I'm sure it was just called a Z-trap. There it is, a ZD cage. Right, so what you actually do is you take one of these, you put it on the floor, but it actually goes up in the sky there, look. And then what you need to bait it. I haven't got any rotting flesh, basically. But let me just show you. Let's grab some more rotting flesh. This is great. I mean, this is the fun shit. What did I want? Rotting flesh, right? So we get some rotting flesh. We throw it in there. It's all so easy once you know how to do it. But of course, you don't have enough rotting flesh. I've got 50 rotting flesh. Oh. How much do you need? Let's take... I'm sure you don't need any more than that. I'm sure you only need one. Let's... I've done it. Yeah, you've just got to have the meat in your hand. Right, does anyone know how to spawn in a zombie? How do I actually spawn in a zombie? Does anyone know? Can you put a dog in? No, I don't think so. Oh shit, there's a zombie. Come here, come here. Come get my trap, look. Hey! How cool is that? We've caught a Z. It did sort of mutate, but... So now, I'm not sure how we get that. Let's have a play about. This is the shit, this is, guys. Get rid of those. So, I don't know how we... Let's get rid of that Z there. You've got something. I've now got a Z. Yeah? This is how it all works. Very clever. So obviously what you'd want is you want like maybe a little row of 3 or 4 of these outside your base during Horde night. One on each side, just try and catch at least one Z. And then he'll sit in there merrily. Fueled by rotting flesh, look. Now we're in God mode, don't worry. That worked out rather nicely, didn't it, with that one spawning in? I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can show you. We've sort of gone through everything from the Sim 4 hammer to the simple stuff like the minefield signs, which I think we can have a bit of fun with ourselves, or personalise them on the server. I've shown you a little bit around how the power stuff works. The power mod is incredibly detailed. There's so many sort of options for us to customize ourselves, but also so much going on. Let me just very, very quickly show you. Let's put God mode back on. I've kind of made a bit of a mess of this, trying to sort those cables out. But one of the things you can do, look. Let's get rid of that. What was that? Cable test top, wasn't it? Let's just bring this out. One of the limits of cabling is that it can only go 10 blocks out. Alright? Now that sounds bad, but it's not. Because what you do is every 10 blocks, you put in... I can't remember what it's called. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. I can show you the traps as well. Oh, my God. Alright, look. There's a whole load of new traps as well now. You've got spike traps, which are fueled by pressure. You've also got flame traps, which are fueled by the gas. Now, where are they? Can't think where they are. I'm sure they were under traps, but... It's like a big round jet. I actually saw them earlier, so I know they're there. Ah, there they are, look. Fire trap. Right, so does anyone want me to do this? Do you want me to show you this, or do you want me to carry on with Caliper? Because I'll quite happily sit here showing you this for a little bit if you want. Does the feed in the generator need replacing? What, in the zombie one? Yeah. Is that what you meant, Doc? That's what I thought, Daikoi. It's straight out... Yeah, look. He's nearly out of fuel. So I'm not sure what happens when he runs out of fuel. I don't know whether he dies or he just goes into sort of like a... sort of hibernation or something. These... Oh, God. I don't even know where to start showing you this. You can create boilers. Let me go and empty my inventory. This is getting crazy. Let's go into God mode. Can they escape? I don't think so, mate. Let's get rid of everything we've got in here. Get out of there. Is there any way to drop everything? I don't think there is there? Keep those. I think it's cool that you can capture a Z and put him in a cage, though. That's something about that tickles me pink. How did I get all this? Let's get it all gone, because otherwise it just takes me forever trying to remember. Because don't forget, this is the first time I've really played with it myself, to be honest. I've had to play with it just to get it working, but then of course actually physically playing with a mod, I've only been able to sort of say, right, can I make a fishing rod? Yes, I can. Sorted. That means it's working. I've not actually, if you like, oh balls. Never mind. Right, so you can build a boiler, right? And obviously, I'm sure you need a schematic and other things for this. I'm pretty sure you can just fuel it with wood. But then what you have is you have pipes. I'm kind of guessing the straight metal pipes would do us. But then we want the valve. No, we don't want that. We want... I can't think what it is. Shit. Hang on a sec. I'm not sure if you have to go underneath it. I'm not sure how these connect to this. I'm pretty sure it's not like that. I think these are the wrong sort. There's some sort of... What's another word for a pipe? What's that? Fortune Grum, if you could drink just to shut him up. What's that, mate? Have a look. They're like little round nodules that sit underneath the traps. It's like where the pipe vents. Oh, sorry to hear that, Sky. I know exactly what it is I'm looking for, but I can't think what they're called. I think I can hear that zombie in the distance. It might actually be the ducks. Ah. Could be the pipe joints. Could be. Let's just see what they look like. No, they're not. Shit. But that's kind of cool to know, though, look. Because you can obviously... not only can you... I mean, you could use it just to have a cool-looking build. I mean, even if you didn't actually have them bloody fired up as such. I can't for the life of me think how you... That's definitely not going to work like that. Block can only be placed next to another power line or generator. See, the pipes count as power lines, just for purposes of the mod. Ah, oh, that's a shame. Metal pipe joint, metal pipe flange. Could be the flange, couldn't it? No. Shit. Might be worth us not playing about with this. Just because I'm just guessing, to be honest, folks. But essentially, there's... Oh, what's that? Coal ore. Oh, yeah, because that comes out from the mining machine. Let's go back into God mode. The other one is a gas. Let me just show you the gas one, because I can probably show you this. If we go for a gas tank, right? These are so you're gonna shit your bricks, mate, when you see what these things can do. Throwing a gas tank down there. Now, these I know for a fact are an absolute nightmare. Even Mortillanus, I think his name is, has said these can be a real pain in the butt until you figure it out exactly. We're just going to need to figure it out exactly ourselves. What he was saying was one of the best ways to get these connected up is to do it from underneath. So you actually want to have your pipe system underneath these, which is kind of, in a way, a good thing, because it means you can sort of hide your pipes for your traps if you want. So I'm pretty sure you somehow need to connect a pipe under there. But I don't know what sort, guys. I'm sorry, I genuinely don't. But that gas tank can essentially fuel these fire traps. And they are absolutely wicked, mate. I meant drink something to start making that phew noise. Oh, you mean... Oh, this dude. Sorry. No, it's not cable. Hose could be, couldn't it? I'm sure it's these things. See, if you put gas... Basically, all you do is you put gas tanks in here. And then what you have to have a valve that turns it on and off. And then you have to run these somehow from this. But like I said, I know for a fact he was saying it's just one of those weird blocks where you have to sort of have it coming out from underneath it. Strange thing is I don't seem to be able to rotate this block. Unless he literally means that you just sort of stick it underneath it, but I wouldn't have thought so. Can't see that working, can you? Oh, hang on. Maybe you can rotate it that way. Oh, you can. Ooh. Oh! Well, that fucked that idea then, didn't it? I can't think what the plate is that you need that goes on the bloody frost trap. Oh, Fortune, let me show you this, mate. Yeah, check this out, look. Bing bong! Dinner is served. Do you like that, mate? Like that? What's that, Vina? I think a little lady may have her iPad, her sticky fingers on the iPad. I've added these as well, Fortune. I was thinking we might be able to have a bit of a play about in Unity with these. Sort of might be able to put the little Grum style portraits on them. Well, did we do anything else over here that we can show you? I don't think there was. I think we leave it there, folks. I don't want to spend too much time just like randomly trying to get things to work, because it does all work. It's just that unfortunately I've not had enough time to actually play about and sort of properly showcase them. I just wanted to give you a bit of a flavour for some of the things that are up and coming. I suppose a large part of the fun is actually going to be discovering how it all works. So in a way, I don't want to sort of look at everything right now. I'm sort of guessing these aren't fully grown yet, but they might be similar. So let's just try it. They might be similar to the tomatoes. There's the traps book, look. It's where you need the fire axe, maybe, or just something to hit them with. So we just try it. See if we actually do get any bamboo out of it. No, I'm guessing they're not fully grown yet. Can you blow the gas tanks up? If so, that is one big bomb. I don't know, mate. I genuinely don't know. I would really like to show you these fire traps. Let's just have another quick go. Let's take the pipe. We definitely want a valve if we can. Let's take a few metal pipes. Oh, whoa. Yeah, all right, that's quite a few metal pipes. What would it be called? Would it be a joint? A gas line joint? A heat line joint. So you've got gas and you've got heat. Actually, let's just make sure. Let's go for gas. Gas line joint. So there are different ones. Look, gas line straight, gas line joint, a gas line valve. We're going to want a gas tank. We're going to want filled bottles. I wonder if we can do it with that. And then we're going to take... Let's get some concrete. Let's give it a whirl. We're going to have to learn it anyway, aren't we? I wasn't planning on doing that today, though. Let's see if we can make it so we can put the gas tank up on top. Say something like this. I don't know if it'll let me, but... Oh, nice. Oh, I do like that, actually. And then let's try putting... every way. Yeah, there you go. Oh, it can even be placed next to another power line or generator. Well, that's strange. That doesn't make sense, does it? It's definitely saying it's a gas line joint. Well, that's proper throwing me. That really has thrown me. Fuck it then. Fuck it. I'm not going to waste any more time. I genuinely don't know on that one. All right, let me just close this down, and then we'll carry on with Caliper City. Let's see what's going to happen when we jump on the server there.